Welcome back to Capital Conservatives. Today, buckle up, because what happened in that Senate hearing was pure political theater. Senator John Kennedy versus Yale Law's Natasha Sarin. One tweet, IRS funding, and a whole lot of fireworks. It all started when Kennedy pulled up Sarin's viral tweet. You know the one, accusing House Republicans of only supporting Israel if it meant making tax cheating easier. Did you tweet that? Kennedy asks. Sarin, she owns it. That's correct, yes. And just like that, the gloves come off.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to all of our witnesses today. Professor Sarin, you're a professor at Yale Law School?
I am.
Okay. I see you've been pretty active on Twitter. I'm looking at one of your tweets from a few months ago, October 30th, 2023. I'd like to read it to you. The House Republican stance is, I kid you not, support for Israel as long as we make it easier for people to cheat on their taxes, end quote. Did you tweet that?
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
Kennedy leans in, calm, but you can feel the heat. He wants to know, did Sarin actually talk to any House Republicans before blasting them online? Her answer? No, she didn't. She was reacting to the bill, not the people. Kennedy jumps on it. You made a sweeping claim about their motives, without talking to any of them. Ouch. It's not just about the tweet anymore. Kennedy is on a mission. He presses Sarin. Could House Republicans want to cut IRS funding because they think the agency's bloated, or because they care about the budget? Sarin says no. She insists it's all about enabling tax cheats.
How many Republican congressmen or women did you talk to before you made that statement?
I was reacting to the fact that, and we've talked about it actually.
Yes, ma'am, but first, if you could, how many Republican congresswomen or congressmen did you talk to?
I didn't talk to them. I actually was just reacting to the legislation that was proposed.
You didn't talk to any of them?
No, sir.
Before you said that every single one of them supports Israel only if it is made easier for people to cheat on their taxes?
I actually don't think that every single one of them believes
that.
But
that's what you said.
But I do think that the legislation passed by the House reflects a statement of purpose that in order to support Israel, it's important
I'm looking at what you said.
Allow taxpayers to be able to cheat on their taxes.
You said that every single House Republican, none of whom you talked, would only support Israel if it was made easier for Americans to cheat on their taxes. Now, you said that, and you didn't talk to any of them.
Senator Kennedy, I am struck by, and perhaps this is something on which we agree, that it is incredibly important to support Israel. It is also incredibly important to make sure that taxpayers at the top of the distribution
we agree on Israel, but
share.
I just can't believe you would say this about members of Congress. Pretty pejorative, vicious. Let me finish. Without talking to them. I mean, would it be possible for somebody to support a reduction to the IRS budget because they simply believe the federal government ought to have a balanced budget? Would that be a fair position? Would that be a principled position?
Except that actually doesn't work with respect to defunding
Would it
the
be a
IRS.
principled position?
It wouldn't be an accurate position because defunding
But you don't know because
IRS
you didn't talk to anybody, did you?
Well,
you just said it.
Defunding the IRS, the CBO agrees, everyone who's testifying today agrees that is going to add to deficits, not reduce them.
Could it be that a House Republican wanted to reduce the IRS's budget because they think that the IRS is a model of inefficiency and shouldn't be rewarded with more money?
Well,
Could that have been a possibility, a motivation for the way they
Senator
voted?
Kennedy, I so appreciate that question because the reality
Could that have been
that
a motivation for the way they voted?
and it relates very closely to what Senator
Could that
Kennedy
have
said.
been a motivation for the way they voted?
That you've seen an inefficient
Could that have
IRS.
been a motivation
If you allow
for
the
the way
witness
they
to
voted?
answer, you might get your answer, Senator
It
Kennedy.
frankly couldn't have been.
It
because
could or couldn't?
It could not have been.
How do you know you didn't talk to him?
Because the reason why you've seen
You
the
just
IRS
made this
that
statement that
hasn't been
every-
able-
Kennedy isn't having it. How do you know? You didn't talk to them. That line, brutal. The committee's chairman tries to cool things off, reminds Kennedy about keeping it civil. Kennedy, unfazed, he doubles down, says he'll test the credibility of every witness. Sarin tries to brush it off, but Kennedy lands the final punch. You didn't pass. Silence in the room. And honestly, the clip's already blowing up online.
Every Republican in the House supports Israel only if it has been made easier for people to cheat on their taxes. Could it be that maybe a House member thought that, well, the more money we spend, the more deficits we have, and the more deficits we have, the more pressure is put on interest rates, and the higher interest rates go, the more it hurts the poor. Could that have been
Senator
the position of one of the House Republicans?
Senator Kennedy.
Could it have been theoretically?
Couldn't have been, because everyone
It couldn't have
agrees.
been?
It frankly couldn't.
How do you know? You didn't talk to him.
Well, I know that everyone agrees, including witnesses across the aisle, including CBO, including every single tax expert that has contemplated this question, that defunding the IRS makes deficits worse, not better. And so this is a deficit
I just find it,
measure.
Professor, appalling that you would make a statement like this, a vicious statement like this, without talking to a single person about whom you made the statement. And I'm going to remind you, you can only be young once, but you can always be immature. And you ought to think about that.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
Let me just say that I think that the treatment of witnesses is beginning to degrade a bit here. And I'm going to strike some commentary if it continues down this road. I think personal insults to witnesses are not appropriate, and I will not be tolerant of that in this committee.
Well, could I respond, Mr. Chairman? You're going to
Fire away. I think you just called a
You're going
Yale
to do
Law
what
School
you got to
professor
do,
immature.
but I'm going to continue to use my time. You bring witnesses as you're entitled to, and some of them are very good. Some of them have the credibility of Michael Lavinat, and I'm going to use my time when I think it's appropriate to
And I'm
test.
going to use my authority as chairman
to test
as I think
credibility,
it is appropriate
witnesses'
as well,
credibility.
in
So
order to
you do
keep
what you
order
got to do, and I'm going to
and
do what I got to do.
good behavior in
But
a
if that
Senate
is meant
committee.
to bully me, you're talking
No
to the
attempt to
wrong
bully
guy.
you.
Okay?
No attempt to bully you, none at all. It's to keep the witness and the committee free of bullying.
I'm entitled to test their credibility, and I think one of our witnesses just got tested.
I hope I passed, Senator. Thank you.
You didn't.
Here's the real takeaway. This wasn't just about a budget. It was about accountability, about whether public experts can accuse lawmakers of the worst motives without doing their homework. Kennedy's message: before you question others, make sure you've done the work yourself. If you want more moments like this, hit subscribe, like, and share. This is Capital Conservatives, where accountability still matters. See you next time.